Hi, my name is Shoaib Khan and welcome to Maxsoftware's another exciting product tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll give you an overview about this product as in how to change color, text, background, and some other tips as well. So are you guys ready? Let's start the tutorial. First thing first, this is the project panel. Well, in this project panel, you can see that you've got some folders here. The first folder is Global Control System. This is where you will control the whole icons globally, and this is the preview comps only. This is for your preview only. You can just go in here and watch the adventure preview. For example, if you want to watch buildings, you go inside and buildings, you can see the animation going on in here. So it's not for rendering, but it's for just for your, it's kind of a catalog. You can just watch the icons in here, all of them in one place, right? So this is the preview comp, and then you've got the proper icons in here, which are the drag and drop icons. So it starts from here. The do not edit icons is, you don't have to go in there because it has got some connections and links with the icons, so just leave this one as it is. And these are the icons, all the icons here. All you need to do is just drag and drop the icons, desired icons in your project. So I'm going to show that in a second. Right, and the rest of these are the sound effects included, right? Sound effects are in here as well. Now let's start first with the icons. For example, let's say I want to find an icon that says anchor or backpack or cup or anything. Just type here. For example, if I type anchor, so if you got two anchors here, this is do not edit one, so you forget this one, which has a number on it, like anchor 1. So you forget this one. This is the main anchor icon, right? So now you found your icon. So what you're going to do now is, of course, you will have to have a composition. So if you go here and make a new composition, or you can go to composition, new composition, and here you can type your composition size. You've got all the sizes here, plus you can have, of course, these are icons, so you can have your own size. For example, 500 pixels by 500, or let's say 1000 by 1000. And then you name your icon. For example, it's my icons, and then here you can put the timings for how long the icons you want to be. And for example, if you put like 10 seconds here or 20 seconds here, that's fine. Leave the rest as it is and press OK. So now you've got a new folder here. So the best is, you create your own folder here and you say my folder, because otherwise you will mix your icons with the other ones. So you create your own folder, and this is my icon. Put it in here, and right now this is your new composition. Nothing in here. All you need to do is just drag and drop here, or you can also drag and drop here. But the best is you drag and drop in the timeline, because it's all centralized here. Then now if you scrub the timeline, you can see it happening. Now you want to watch the preview. For that, what you need to do is just drag it here to, like, this is 1 second, 2 seconds. For example, let's say you want to watch it for 2 seconds. You have to do it, otherwise this will render. Otherwise, if you don't do it, it will render the whole. So you're telling it how much you want to render and preview it. So right now you can see it looks a bit, this is from where you control the preview. If you want to have a full preview, then you can watch it here, but just for previewing purposes. So don't worry about this. You can put it to auto as well. So in that way, whenever you increase the size or decrease the size, it works accordingly, right? Okay, so now let's say you go to preview. If it's not here, go to Windows and activate preview from here. So now press preview, RAM preview. So now you can see the icon. It's render, right? Now let's say you want to increase the size of the icon. For example, you've got 4K size, right? Very simple. Press S and just increase the size. If you increase the size, you can see it's a bit pixelated. All you need to do is just turn on this you can see the sun sign, here. Just turn it on and you'll see all the pixelation is gone. Now if you go to composition setting, and I'm just showing it to you, if you, like, for example, see a 4K or 6K or whatever, 6,000 pixels or 10,000 pixels, it will never pixelate. Right now it is like 6,000 pixels. You can even increase it more, it will never pixelate because it's vector. Right, so we go back to composition and put it back to 500, and then bring it down, the size here. Right, if you go right click and go transform and reset, it will centralize itself. Right, now you've got a background of this icon. Right, now first thing, let's go and play with the background. You don't need the background, it's very easy. You delete this one so it shows up the other folder as well. So global control, let's go to global control and see what it is. So here you can see the control colors and shadow here. Right, let's go and control the shadows and colors. So this is a new panel here, right, which is basically for your own example. So don't need to touch all these things here. All you need to, if you want to watch it, watch the colors here, you can preview it here as well. For example, if you go and change the colors, you can see the colors changing here. So here you can change the colors, and you can also change the background colors as well. You've got some other colors here. For example, this changes the border of the background, and this actually changes the center part of the background, and this is the global background color. For example, this is at the moment white. You can see it's white here. So this changes everything, So this, now it will change everything. If you go to preview, you will see that all the background has been changed. So this is the good thing about it, controls everything automatically, so you don't have to go inside everything and changing the color. So this is basically controlling everything here. Right, now this is one thing. Now let's say you want to see your icon while changing the color. You can do that as well. So if you double click here, you can see this panel here has come here. So all you need to do is just lock it. Right, now it's locked. Now if you go back to your icon, which was my icon, so for example, we have lost our folder, so it's very easily, what I'm going to say is my icon, and it shows me the folder where it is. So by mistake we have put it in the adventure folder, right? So let's go and bring it out. So now it's out there, so your folder is here now. So now you go to my icon, right, and if you go here and click here, and now you can see your icon. While seeing it, you can change your color. Right, the color is being changed here. Right, the background. So everything is controlled automatically, as you can see, we have changed everything, right. At the moment you can see the shadow as well. You can increase the shadow. This is the shadow, right, you can see, and then you can increase the distance of the shadow as well, So best setting is, I think, is 10:10, right? That's the best setting. And you can also, of course, change the color of the background, of the shadow. Right? So now we have done this. Now you go and watch all the icons. For example, if you go to agriculture, you need to go to preview, So everything has been changed again, Right? You can still change it from here. See how it changes. So very simple. and very easy. All controlled globally, right? Now if you go and if you wanna, let's say you don't want the background, or you want to change the background settings, very easy. Go to global control system again, and here we go to icon background shape, right? Now this is the icon background shape. You go and you can change the colors here locally, but for locally what you need to do, just you open this arrow and you see this is equal to sign, you just click it. Now you're changing everything locally, so the global system won't work now. So now you've got control, edit, control locally, so you're controlling everything now locally, you see that. So if you turn it back on, now it's being controlled globally. Now even if you try to change the colors, it won't change the colors, because again control has been given back to the global control. So now this is how you do with every other icon as well, if you want to change it locally, So this is how you change the colors. And now you've got shape controller here. Now you don't want the controller, just turn it off. Simple. Or you can just turn off the eye from here as well. So this is how you turn off. Now if you've turned it off, let's go and see how it looks. So it will be turned off in all the icons. You can see. Let's go and watch it in the preview actually. So now you can watch it that the background is completely gone. There's no background here because we have turned off the background, right? Now go back to the background again, turn it on, and let's go and see what it does. This is the size. You can control the size from within the icon as well. So this is the shape corners. For example, I want to have shape. You can have any shape: triangle, octagon, polygon, everything, So now I'm just changing the shape, right? For example, this is 4. Now I want to make it straight. You have got rotation as well. Go to rotation and 45. It's straight as well. So this is how it, can change. You can animate it as well. You've got key slides here as well. You can animate it, right? So 45, right? And let's say shape corners, or you can turn it back to 0, right? And then we come to the boundary thickness. The boundary thickness is this. Of course, I showed you how to change the colors now. And boundary dash, you can have dashes as well, right? So you got full control. And also, if you don't want boundary, then turn back to 0, no boundary, right? So this is how you can change the background. Now you want to have it full circle, so we go back to the shape corners and just increase it to back to circle. This is how you change the background. If you don't need it, turn it off. Very simple, right? Okay, and so this is how you control the background. And now if you go to control, of course this is the grid controller, it's just for preview purposes, so if you don't want it, just you can turn these off so it won't show in the preview anymore, right? And you've got the text here. You can change the text from here, but this is just for previews, so don't worry about it, right? So main controllers are here like I've shown you, and it shows the detail as well. Color 1 and 2 are the main colors. Remember, color 1 and 2 are the main colors, right? Color 3 and 4 are the colors of the background, which is here, right? It also says global color control of BG1 and global color control of BG2, right? And this color 5 is the background color, like I've showed you earlier. So very simple controls here. This is for your preview purpose. You can play around here and The best is not to touch these things here. I've locked it anyway, so you can lock it so it's not can't touch it. So there's nothing you can touch it here because it's all hidden. Right, so you can change all the colors, experience everything here. You've got one example here, so whatever changes that you make here, color or background or whatever, it will control the whole full project. So this means this is globally controlled system, global control system, right? The other way, I've also shown you how you just lock it and go to the individual icon and change it. So very simple. Right, so now you've got your icon here, and you need to render it. It hasn't got any background. It has got no background, right? Now if you need to render it, you go to composition and go to add. If you want to have a still frame, you can go to save still frame file, and for example you can have a PNG. If you go here and you go to best full, this will be the size of your icon, your composition size that you have given, and here you can select, for example, PNG without background. This is PNG RGB plus alpha, and this has to be millions of colors plus, remember, plus. So and then press OK. So when you render, it only renders one frame. So this render will be without background, right? Now the other way is, if you want to render the animation, you have to give it a time. How much, what is the timing? 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, whatever. This shows the timings. So composition, to render, and you go to best and full, the same thing. And here you're gonna go to the best is, I think I would go to QuickTime, and then I would turn on pre-multiplied. So this comes with an alpha channel. It will have no background, plus output audio if you want to add audio as well, and then press OK. Right, and then you give it a path, whatever path it is, and then you just press render. So when you hit render, it renders the whole thing. Also you have got other formats as well. For example, you've got PNG sequence as well, RGB alpha plus. This also gives you PNG sequence, but this will be a sequence, right? And then if you go to QuickTime, if you don't want a background, for example, you want to have a white background, you can just go to QuickTime, and you can have a PNG sequence or photo JPEG. If you can't see it, you can have a PNG sequence as well from here. So this is how you can render it from here. So I've tried to keep it very simple, so that there's no problems here. Once again, this is the control system. Here you can control, and don't forget to turn on this rasterization, otherwise it will be pixelated. This pixelation can only be removed by this, right? And then if you still wanna change things in it, then of course you double click in here, or then you go to icons and don't add it in here. Then in here you go to adventure and anchor. This is where you can go and change the colors locally, right? This is where you can change everything. This is the animation. You can change things in here. Then the editing is up to you how you want to change it. You can turn off things, or you can change keyframes. Then this is for professionals, right? And you can also control the colors here locally. The locally means you turn this, and if you want to change one color locally, you can change one color locally. If you want to change two colors locally, just uncheck it, and then you can change it here, right? This is locally. It means that you have changed the colors only for this icon, right? Only for this icon. If you go to preview, now you will see the rest of the preview is same as global, right? But here this option is only locally, so you have changed for one icon only. But if you want to change everything locally, then again globally, then of course you go back to global system. And for shape icon background, you can again turn it off from here, press E, and you can turn it off, on, or change whatever. And this is local color changing system here again. I think the best is if you stay here and go to the control system, global control system, and here you can change everything here. This is for you guys, right? You can of course then if you go back to your folder, and you can have two icons, of course. This is one, and let's say you want to bring another one here. You can also increase this, bring it here, press S on your keyboard. So you've got two icons here now. So it depends, what your project is, what you're doing. Now you've got two projects here, two icons here, and you can just increase, decrease the size. Another thing you can do is you can override this, for example, with another one. So let's go, and we got cow here. So we go to press Alt on your keyboard and drag and drop right on top of it. It will exactly overwrite it, And then you can of course change the global color system and put the color, any color that you like, right? So pretty simple, all drag and drop. And the main things is, again, let's go through it once again. Main control system is global control system. Drag and drop in your new comp. Drag and drop in your new comp. Go to global control system, change the colors, or go to icons background color, shape controller, and remove the background if you don't want it, or change the colors. And then of course this is the icons folder where all the icons are. All the icons are here. You can find the icons from here. Again, I'll show you, for example, businessman. It shows two businessmen always, So we go to the one that's not inside this one, right? We don't need this folder. So always go to the one, for example, this business card here, right? So you don't want to do anything with this folder unless you want to edit it. So for rendering, this is the best folder for you, So you've got shadows and everything in here, right? So don't drag and drop anything from this folder. Do not edit this one. So whatever you say, for example, if you want to go to bull, so it'll show you two bulls. This one, just go straight and close this one, and you got the bull here, right? So very simple. So this is how you edit this template. Very simple. I've kept it simple, and everything is highly organized in the folders. You can imagine that you've got only, this got like 500, more than 500 icons, and it has got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 folders, and this is solid. It has got nothing to do with it, just forget this one. And this is sound effects. So basically, if I delete this one, your folder, so we've got only two folders. Preview is of course preview, we've got nothing to do with it. So two folders, icons here and global control system. These are the two folders for you guys for editing purposes only, purely for editing purposes. So you need to play around with these two, and this is only for rendering, So it got a lot of files in it, so you can watch the rendering from here. Go to preview, and sometimes so your computer might not take it, because there's a lot of files right now. Rendering is 500 icons, So my machine is rendering it properly. So if your machine doesn't render, don't panic. Just forget this one. Go to the icons individually, and then just watch it and render it from here and watch it. Right? This is how simple it is. I hope I've covered everything. If there's something that I missed out, you can drop me an email so that I can answer you. So I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. Once again, my name is Shuaib Khan from maxafter.com. Assalamu alaikum and goodbye.